Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Ron from RonTheAdmin.com. And in today's video, I'll be going over my current cosplay progress, as well as my entry to the Queen City Live 2020 Cosplay Showcase. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this video. So, as of right now, with the global pandemic going on in 2020, a lot of conventions have been canceled and or postponed because of COVID 2019. However, that's not stopping me from doing updates to my current cosplay. At this point in time, my Ainz Ooal Gown Cosplay from Overlord is coming along quite well. I have the majority of it done. There's some upgrades that I'm working on and some ideas that are on the table right now but are basically being kept secret because I want to get my ideas put together first before showing anybody. But what I'm doing right now is I'm working on a new mask for Ainz Ooal Gown. This particular mask is going to be bigger and more animated than before. And this is the mask right here. It's currently all 3D printed. It's in two pieces. So we have the area where the head will go into. I currently have some stretchy fabric to keep the mandible of the jaw connected, and it moves up and down. Now, I'm working on a way of making it move when I talk. Earlier attempts with a strap under the chin did not work well. Was not getting the kind of motion that I wanted to while talking, and the route that I'm currently going with right now is I'm going to be programming a Arduino microcontroller with a sound module on it, and my goal is to have it pick up just my voice, and when I speak, allow it to move a servo to allow the jaw to go up and down. With that said, once that's all done, I think that will make the cosplay even more accurate to the animated series, because this particular mask is much more realistic than the mask that I'm currently wearing. So once I get the electronics done on it, I'll paint it up. I'm going to paint the inside black, and I'll be wearing a black morph mask so that you can't see my face inside of the mask. So it's going to look like it's just a talking skull. So I think that's going to look great as an addition to my cosplay. Another addition is that I'm working on making my own Mask of Envy. Right here is a Mask of Envy that I bought earlier last year. Alright, it's from Stone Masks. It's a shop on Etsy, and it's made out of resin. It's got nice clear blue resin lenses. It's got a bit of heft to it. Only issue is that I can't see out this mask, so I was able to get a copy of the 3D file for this mask and print it out my own. And this is the 3D printed one. So they both look exactly the same. Only difference is I used slightly different colors on the green, different shade of red. And I am currently working on getting the lenses made for the mask. I want to be able to have a lens in here that I'm able to see out of instead of just being dark blue and make my life harder when I'm walking around in full cosplay. So I'm still working on a couple of different options. I'm thinking either tinting the plastic of a soda bottle blue, or perhaps getting some blue acrylic and cutting it to size and seeing if that works. So there's a lot of work left to go on this. I still have some touch-ups to go, but once that's done, this will make an excellent addition to my cosplay, as Ainz Ooal Gown wears this with the robes as well as without. So I could wear this one day while I could wear the regular mask another day. So it all depends on how I want to proceed during the convention when the conventions go live. Outside of that, I do have a short video that I worked on. Basically, I dressed up in full cosplay, stood in front of a green screen, did a little 10 to 15 second video, and recorded it. And then I did some post-processing to key out the green screen and put my character, Ainz Ooal Gown, into the tomb of Nazarick. And I also decided, you know what, I'm going to get Albedo and Demiurge put into it and use that as my submission for the Queen City Live cosplay showcase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that video looks like. And here we go.
I am Ainz Ooal Gown, ruler of the tomb of Nazarick. You shall bow down before the Demon King.
Alright, as you can see, that was a little 10 to 15 second clip, and I think it came out quite well. Only issue is that I was the only person doing the recording, the camera work, and setting up the whole shot, so it was very hard for me to get myself into frame fully. So if you look closely, you can see where the staff is cropped out a little bit, and where the robes are supposed to flow. You can see a straight demarc between where the green screen was and where the green screen isn't. So it basically makes it look a little chintzy, and I didn't have all the lighting right, so there's a little bit of a bleeding in the lower part of the screen, but overall I think it came good. I'm going to probably be redoing this again in the future. I'm going to probably have somebody help me do it, because I don't know about you, wearing that cosplay is very difficult. Not only do I have the robes that I'm wearing, I got the neck armor, I have the shoulder armor, the mask. Underneath that mask, I'm wearing a morph mask, which is basically a lycra face mask that covers the whole head, and you can't see out of that at all. So not only is my vision hindered by that, walking around with the armor is very cumbersome, because at my widest, I believe I'm about 4 feet wide. So I have to walk around with care when I do wear this cosplay. Walking around in cosplay with my staff of Nazarick, that is also a pain as well, because that staff took over 300 hours to 3D print, took about 3 kilograms of plastic altogether, and that's not including the weight of the primer and the paint that's on it. So when I go to conventions, I have to basically have somebody go along with me as a handler to be able to help me through the convention, especially walking around in tight quarters, making sure I'm not hitting anybody, I'm not hurting anybody with the staff, and basically to make sure that whoever is there who wants to be able to take a photo of me, or get a photo with me with them, the handler helps out a great bit. When I went to Queen City last year, my handler was my buddy Tanner. At Itchy earlier this year, my handler was also Tanner again. And this year, back in January, is when I debuted this cosplay with the new robes. When I took the cosplay out for Queen City in 2019, I had some issues with the robes. They weren't done in time, so I had to make do with what I had available, and had to use Ainz Ooal Gown in a monk's outfit during the arc where he had to fight Shaltir. So it is what it is, and at Itchy in January, I used it as a trial for the new modifications that I made for the cosplay altogether. I do plan on making some additional upgrades, as I said before. Those are in the works, but I'm keeping them secret now, because I want to make sure I can get them out of the way, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. But overall, I think my cosplay is coming along quite well, and I'm looking to improving it and seeing the reactions of everybody who is going to be seeing the cosplay live in person when the whole COVID pandemic decides it's going to clear up and allow us to return to normalcy. But before I go, I want to basically give you guys some information on Queen City 2020. So if we go here, if you go to queencityanimeCon.com /info, this is the main site for Queen City. They are going to be doing a Twitch stream this year instead of a live convention due to the pandemic. It happens. So if you want, join in August 15th through 16th for their Twitch streams. And they are on Twitch at twitch.tv /Queen City AnimeCon. I know I'll be watching it. I hope those who were going to go to the convention who aren't able to do so because of the whole situation, since it is postponed for next year, I'm definitely going to be joining in, seeing what they're doing. I think businesses and conventions are definitely doing their best to make sure that the fans are entertained, and I think moving to a virtualized platform for instances like this is a great way of adapting, and I believe that this is going to basically be a great way of getting people to join in on the festivities who otherwise were unable to do so, either if you are out of state or out of the country. I could foresee this happening again in the future, but in a different way. Perhaps once the pandemic is cleared and we're back to normal and we're able to go to conventions in person, I can see that perhaps panels and certain aspects of the convention would be streamed in the future, so that those who are unable to see the convention can at least experience a little bit of it in person. But overall, I think my cosplay is coming along. I think it's going to be fun to see what happens at Queen City Anime this year during their virtual convention. And before I end this video, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up down below. If you like the content and like what I do, hit the subscribe button. Make sure the bell notification is enabled for notifications should you want to allow it. Also, we are working on trying to get an additional 80 subscriptions or subscribers to the channel. We're at 20 right now. I'm looking to get to 100 by September, end of September, early October. So if you like this content, definitely subscribe. If you know somebody who would like it, share it and see if we could grow the subscription up. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.